Give me 1 second, everyone. I have to go get a cable for my iPhone because apparently I am losing juice. Give that a nut. Alright. Alright everyone. Hopefully this live stream won't fail. See how well it does. Alright. Okay guys, welcome to the live stream. I'm the Panda Photographer. What's up everyone? This is Real Panda Talk. We're going to talk about some Sigma news, we're going to talk about some Panasonic news with the Sigma relationship, and we're going to talk about some Canon news, we're going to talk about some Sony news, and we're going to talk about this Sony Image and Edge app. Like I was explaining yesterday's live stream when it went all to shit, I was still having problems today as I was setting up this live stream. It didn't go as well, and right when I was live streaming, it's just lagging for some apparent reason. Don't know why. And but let's talk about the Sony Image and Edge app. And let me tell you that still got a lot of bugs. Sony, you have to address this bug. So when I was setting it up, it had everything plugged in, everything to go, right? Apparently, some apparent reason, I have to put it either in priority mode or aperture mode or manual mode, then switch it to movie mode to use movie mode as the webcam feature. I'm not very impressed with that. Now, not only that, I feel that when the app was working, it just stopped working completely. I thought it was something to do with the relationship between the USB 2.0 port and the 3.0 port, but it doesn't matter. It should work either port. As a webcam, 1080p 60 frames should work, but it doesn't work. It's the software that is the issue. So Sony, I do address this issue to you. Why are you releasing a update recently in January when there's nothing stable about when you use live view mode when you want to say record a video or use the features as a webcam as I'm using it now? I can demonstrate that for you right here. Guys, I'm gonna go to my display. I'm gonna press the alternate key on my keyboard on my laptop. Mind you, this is a very powerful laptop. And you can see I am using the Image and Edge app. And when I press alternate key, I'm actually cropping. So you guys don't see the settings. And boom, that's how this whole thing is working right now. But like I was saying, it's having some connectivity issues with the app, not detecting the camera again. I had to reinstall it again today before this live stream started. It was such a hassle and such a pain in the ass for me that I really want to address to Sony. Listen, you can bring out cameras, you can bring out lenses all you want, but you gotta match the camera lenses with the right software that works. I'm sorry, but you can't. If you are not able to match the software with the hardware, then there's no point. So address the issues, fix it, because there's some issues with remote features. The viewer detects the camera. The edit is not a problem. It's just the fact that the imaging software is not compatible. I hope you guys like the music, because if it's a little too loud, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, so the point of this is that some of you may want to use this for portrait studio work, which works fine. I tested it, works fine. It's cool. But when you want to use it for live view or live view mode, or you want to do recording, it's buggy, it's laggy, it shuts off, it freezes. It might just freeze in the middle of this live stream. I don't know. we're just gonna have to see. But I'm using this on OBS. Give you guys a little taste that I am using this on OBS, and this is what you're seeing now, and it's very smooth right now. Smooth. All right. So I'm looking at my monitor here, so it's telling me that I gotta fix the calibration on that monitor. This is brighter than what is showing me on my computer right now, and I need to actually get another light source. So if you guys would be so kind, hit that PayPal donation button down in the descriptions below. It really helps me out. Real Panda Talk. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys up too long on this live stream, because I only have this room for another hour and a half, because all the complications that I have gone through with this is not ideal. So yes, I have it at f4. Actually, it's not at f4. It's at f3.5 because I'm in movie mode. Thank you, Sony, for capping it. And I'm at 160 of a second. Can't do nothing about that. But I'm at ISO 100, and I'm one stop compensating exposure. So hopefully it's giving the video a little bit of justice. But I like this mood that I'm in right now. I was gonna put some lenses in the back, but I was like, you know what? Let's just test this out again and see how well this works. If it works really well, then we can pursue with it later on. Get some more lighting, some lighting. But I can increase the lighting here. Nope. Let me just brighten that up a little bit. Does that look better? Does that look better for you guys? Yeah, that looks better. That looks way better, right? But let me tilt it a little better. Yeah, that looks better. All right, so Real Panda Talk. We're just gonna get into this right now with you guys, and I'm gonna show you some really cool stuff that. But first, if we shift over to my website, I'm a travel photographer. I'm a self-taught travel photographer, and if you guys be so kind, go to my website, check out my portfolio, my galleries, check out some of the tips that I'm trying to educate you guys on. Should you work for free? How to protect your work? Lighting tips and portraits, landscape tips, night photography tips. It's all there. Go check it out and check out some of the work. Everything is copyrighted and trademarked. And if you be so kind to hit that PayPal donation button, really does help me out, ladies and gentlemen. But I also have an Instagram. It's important that you go to my Instagram and check out my gallery of cool photos. I think they're cool. What about you? I want to see your gallery too. But anyway, you can see I do party events with celebrity artists, hip-hop artists like Swift and Weston, Craig Nice. Get another picture of him right there. Craig Nice. You know, a whole bunch of artists hanging out, doing fun. This is what I like to do. I do a lot of travel photography. Do a lot of, you know, a little bit of landscape here and there. You know, I do a lot of cityscape, a lot of long exposures, night photography, close-up portraits, a lot more of that. So I'm also using a Sony, Nikon, and a few Canon glass. So if you guys want to be so kind, but go to my Facebook page as well, if you be so kind to do that. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me if you want to follow me, but that's up to you guys. But let's talk about Sigma has released lenses and an L mount adapter. Ooh, juicy. That's real juicy. So hey Sigma, thank you for listening to us, because a lot of photographers were saying, oh, the S1 and S1R don't have enough lenses right now, so I'm not going to actually, you know, invest in the camera. Well, Sigma just fooled you guys like a bunch of tools that you are. But guess what? They just dropped the bomb on you guys. Check this out. They dropped the L mount adapter. So that means you can mount Canon EF lenses onto the L mount now. So if you are in possession of Canon lenses, you definitely can mount those on the L mount system with their new L mount adapter. And you can see it right here. But they also dropped bombs on you guys. They're going to be coming out with a 14mm F1.8 DG art lens, a 20 F1.4, a 24 F1.4, a 28 F1.4, a 35 f1.4, a 40 f1.4, what? A 50 f1.4, check that out, a 70 f2.8 micro lens, an 85 f1.4, a 105 f1.4, and a 135 f1.8. Sigma just dropped a bomb on you dumbass photographers out there that were bashing the relationship between Leica, Sigma, and Panasonic. How do you feel now? I know I'm being a little bit aggressive in this video, but I keep telling people in live streams when I enter their live streams, just wait. You guys gotta remember, these manufacturers are holding back for a reason. They want to see what everyone else is doing. Like, okay, you guys keep talking. And we're gonna just release all these lenses that you already see that are on E-mount, Canon, Nikon, but now Panasonic has these lenses available for L-mount. Ooh, how do you feel? Are you wait, what am I hearing? Ooh, I hear you running to the store buying the Panasonic S1. Oh, are you? Hit the link down below. I got the Amazon link right there. But anyway, so read this article from DP Review. It talk about all the lenses coming out and compatible lenses that will be available. So the 12 to 24. So they talk about notes of adapter that's not supported in continuing autofocus. Compatible full frame lenses included. See? So you gotta read all of this information, and especially are talking about what the lineup is going to be and when to expect these lenses to come. So if you are going to be invested in the new Panasonic full frame S1 and S1R, this is the time to just go broke, take out a loan, rob a bank. No, don't do that. You can rob some bad drug dealers. You're doing the police a favor. Don't do that either. Don't be a hero. But anyway, so that's the news for Sigma, and I think this is a really good approach for Sigma. I think Sigma is doing the right thing for 2019 to wait to after Sony and Canon drop bombshells on their new cameras, even though I believe that I'm going to take some statements back about the RP. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But I just think this is a right move for Sigma, and I think this is a good approach. But look at these lenses, boy. Ooh, these lenses are looking sexy. Look at that. Yes, they're the same, but still, they look sexy. They look premium. They look like they fit on at Panasonic S1 and S1R. They look like they deserve the right to be mounted on an L mount. This is great. And here's the adapter, if you guys want to see the adapter. So, but keep in mind that, like I said, the adapter is going to help you also Canon users to mount the Canon EF lenses onto the L mount. So hold on to those EF lenses, mind you. But anyway, it's Sony rumor time. Well, actually not Sony rumor time. Sony release. Let me talk about this lens. You know what this lens is? I want everyone to just pay attention. Do you know what this lens is? I can tell you right now what it is. It's an A mount. I'm going to show you why why Sony is taking all the A mount lenses and rebranded them and re-engineering them for E mount. Tell you why in a second. So Sony has announced the 135 f1.8 G Master lens, and Sally and Dan Watson just released their video on the 135 as well. The review was great. By the way, I think it was fantastic. They talked about the video features, and as a photographer, Sally and Dan as the videographer, and I like those two worlds getting together and telling us and letting us know. Yes, it's an 8-minute video, but to me, it's brilliant, just superb. But they're dropping it for $1,900. So if you got money to spend on the Sony 135 f1.8 lens, that's fine. But just want to remind you something. Check this out. What is that? That's the Sony 135 f1.8 Carl Zeiss telephoto. Doesn't that remind you of what they are releasing now. Even though that's a Zeiss, but that's an A mount. That's right. I had that lens. That's why a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, going crazy when my studio got robbed in New York. That lens was superbly bokeh-licious. I mean, polka-licious. Like, ooh, sexy. It was really good. And this is basically a rebranded, remodeled, redeveloped lens for the E mount. Yeah, so no more Zeiss for Sony, obviously. And this is what this is. So, and this is still almost $1,800 for this lens for A mount. So what does that tell you? So Sony is taking A mount lenses and rebranding them and re-engineering them to make them a little bit better coatings, and putting them on the E mount. Like I said, A mount is not really that dead. They're just taking the A mount stuff and making them to E mount. So, but if you are a mount user, hey, you can get one. Oh, they got one for used right here for what is it? Used from Canon Exchange of Michigan. Got a 93 positive rating at almost $800. That's a good deal. For me, that's a good deal. I would buy that. I literally will buy that. I would buy this one too. This is Amazon, affiliated by Amazon. So if anything goes wrong within 30 days, I can just send it back and get my money back from Amazon. So I definitely recommend checking this out, and check out all the links down below as well. So if you want to do that as well. But yeah, definitely a good lens. But let's talk about Canon. Canon rumors. So Samyang is now getting into the Canon realm and developing RF lenses. So they are announcing 14 f2.8 lenses and a 1.4 RF coming soon. Ooh. Is Samyang competing with? Kind of wondering here. I want to know if Samyang is competing with Sigma right now, because it seems that's what the approach is. Samyang, to me, when they first came out, like when I started using their lenses like 5 years ago, especially their cinema lenses, yes, it wasn't like a real good prime cinema lens, okay? But their cinema lenses, they're really good for me. There was a little bit of focus breathing issues with it, but when you zoom in, but if you know this focus where you know it's about to breathe and stop, you're good. But now I see like Samyang is actually going for that RF mount, and Sony, by the way. But check that out, and you can see, check all the Canon rumors out here, and ooh, shortening official announcement of the Speedmaster 50 f0.9 for RF mount. Ooh, oh, that's gonna be really juicy. I don't know about you guys, but that's looking very promising. That's looking really good. But I can't go no lower than f1.4. There's no point for me. I'm not that kind of photographer. That shadow depth of field is going to be so hard to nail sharpness. It's like really narrow. So to me, I'm not really going to invest in something like that. Maybe you, but not for me. I just can't. I can't see myself using a lens like that, knowing that I could use it as a portrait lens, but I just don't have time to invest. If I was a Canon user, well, I am a Canon user. If I was a Canon owner of a RF body, I wouldn't want to invest in the lens entirely. All the nominations, documentaries at the Oscars were shot at Canon cameras. Ooh, of course, Canon. We all knew that. Come on. But, like I was saying before, let's go back to my screen. Now, let's talk about this Sony imaging app once more. Is it actually practical to use it for live streams? As you can see, I'm using it in the live streams. But I'm just gonna drop some really hot beats on you guys. But let's see, I'm gonna drop some hot beats on you right now, Cause I was telling my boy Yuma, I was like, dude, I've been listening to some fire lately. Check this out. Been listening to some fire. So all the music that I'm using is non-copyrighted, so you don't have to worry about this channel or this video being demonetized, because it actually all came from YouTube. I just did a lot of searching in the library, and it was like for like 5 hours yesterday, just like looking and looking. And I like instrumental beats, and I don't like verbal words in the beats. I just want the beats. And there's a particular song here that moved me, which is this one called Strawberry. It's by Text Me Records, but it's pretty cool. But when just this beat, when it drops, it just drops hard. To me, I just feel like this is the kind of music I like to listen to. But let me stop babbling about this. But anyway, let me talk about the Canon RP. Now, I know a lot of people are bashing it and saying that, oh, it doesn't have video specs and all this, and yeah, the 24 frames per second. It's a very, 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 very odd video feature to not include in such a full frame camera. Just Canon, that was not the brightest idea. But as a photographer standpoint, it's the cheapest full frame mirrorless camera on the market that you can buy with some good features, and it's mirrorless. Yes, it's using the same sensor as a 6D Mark II. If you think about it, it's cheaper than a 6D Mark II. I looked it up on Amazon. So what is the big deal? What's the drama right now? So I'm gonna take some statements back, because I had to reanalyze what I said, and I was angry because I really wanted Canon to really step it up, and I was really hoping that this was going to be the camera that's going to compete with the Sony a7 III, but it's not really competing with the a7 III. It's actually competing with the a7 II and that form factor. So, ooh, that beat just dropped. You hear that? Now that's a beat. But anyway, so this is my thing. I think it's a brilliant camera for photographers, not for videographers. But not to say if you wanted to shoot in 30 frames a second with the crop, some people might not like that. Some people may won't appreciate that. Especially the beginners that are video makers, that want to be video makers. They want a camera just to start out with. I think it's a great entry level full frame camera for well priced, because Sony hasn't. When Sony came out with the A7, that thing was expensive. Holy crap! At the time, it was what, $1,500–$1,600. Canon just dropped the ball and made it much cheaper than that. So you gotta give Canon kudos for that, right? But then again, who is Canon trying to impress? Because I feel like Canon's bringing out something better than this RP. They're just throwing this camera out there for the entry level full frame shooters that are beginning photography, that want to shoot full frame. And I think this is the right approach. So this is not something really bad to talk about Canon, really, when it comes out to the photography spectrum of the camera. But the video side of things, like, Canon, punch you in the gut, man. Why do you do that? 24 frames a second is such a entry level way of teaching videographers how to shoot video. So please make a firmware update and put that in the camera. It's not a very, very bright move, bruh. It's not a bright move. It's not very impressive either, Canon, that you actually did that. Because you weren't thinking about that, were you? Were you actually thinking about that? Are you even caring about the beginner videographers that shoot 24 frames a second to understand cinematography? Duh. If it's a entry-level full-frame camera that is focused on photography and some video features, then why not add 24 frames a second to teach someone other than myself that I already know about cinematography at 24 frames a second and why they should shoot at a certain shutter speed. 148 frames a second is what you should be shooting at 24 frames a second. But on a mirrorless or a DSLR camera, it's 150 of a second. So are you teaching your entry-level buyers the concept of using this camera as a videography standpoint if they want to get into videography? Or I don't think you thought about that one, did you? So with that said, everyone, this is the Panda Photographer, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I do appreciate you guys listening on my nonsense about the Sony imaging app. And I'm saying right now, the Sony imaging app has a lot of things they need to fix. It works great. I'm not even going to do a tutorial on it. I decided, fuck it. I'm not going to do the tutorial on it because it's just buggy. Until Sony fixes it and fixes the problems and communications between devices like the camera that I'm using. Sorry, but I also noticed that I shouldn't be using the camera with a DC-N power outlet, and I'm gonna try to buy that from Amazon. If you guys be so kind to hit that PayPal donation button in the description below, it will help me out. Yeah, it will help me out. But anyway, enough with the nonsense. So you got some Canon, a little bit of news from me. You got some Panasonic and Sigma news. You got some Sony announcements on that 135, which is it's still an A mount lens. It's still an A mount lens. I know it is. I know it is. They're rebranding all the A mount lenses, and I know it. I see the trend going down the line here. I see what you're doing, Sony. I see what you're doing. But you won't fix this software? Are you fucking kidding me? You're kidding me, right? Sorry for the language, everyone. I know. I'm trying to be humorous at the same time. I'm trying to be more of the panda, the real panda talk here, because this is how I feel inside. So I think it was best that I changed my approach here. I'm not saying that this is going to happen all the time. No. What I'm trying to apply here is that this would happen at some case with some camera manufacturer is going to piss me off, like Canon, like Nikon, and Sony. Especially Sony. Yesterday was just ran on Sony yesterday. So, but if you do like, hey. But if you do like the content, please give me a thumbs up button. If you like the new setup, guys? You like the new setup? This is just a test. But I got a light here. This is the Aperture H198C, the newer CN160, but the GVM bicolor light in the links below. Trust me, guys. It's, oh my god, $65. It's $65. Micro Raven features this light source, and I think I want to buy one. And dude, that's so worth the money. Check the link down in the description below in the Amazon links. Trust me, you guys are gonna be like, what? A CRI accuracy of 97 actually. So, and a TCL of 95. Ooh. If you guys don't know what TCL is, check the links down below. Trust me, you guys are gonna like click buy. And I know you, David, you might want to buy it too. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Arigato. For all you generous pandas out there that have been loving the Panda Nation. You guys are the Panda Nation, by the way. So please do subscribe, like, share the content, and if you want to support, you know what to do. But with that said, everyone, time to stop the live stream. It's 1 o'clock, and I gotta pack up all this stuff once again, put it back in the box, and move on to the next thing, which is I need food. So I didn't even get my sandwich yesterday, but I'm gonna get my sandwich today, David. So don't worry. But with that said, everyone, you guys take care. Happy shooting. Peace. Real panda talk. Real panda talk. Real panda talk. Real panda talk. Real shit. Panda talk. Panda talk.